coffee brewing as the sun peeks through the haze. Birds are chirping, serenading morning's praise. The front porch creaks as dreams fade away. America's awakened to a brand new day. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Loose print smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Old vinyl spinning a sweet old tune. Day starts dancing under a sleepy moon. Newsprint smudges on fingers of grace. America's awakened at her own steady pace. Sips of sunshine in a coffee cup. Simple moments lifting spirits up. From the mountains to the sandy shore. Morning in America, want just a little more. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Neighbors waving with a friendly rise. Kids with backpacks chasing daylight skies. Eyes cooling on a windowsill so fine. America's awakened with a heart full of shine. Tractors rumble, fields coming alive. Big wheels turning where hopes and dreams strive. Laughter echoes down the old dirt road. America's awakened to lighten her load. America's awakened to lighten her load.
Sorry about that. So I was saying, you guys haven't seen me stream for a couple days because I had my computer taken apart and I was doing stuff to it. I gave it a good thorough cleaning and added a couple things that I wanted to add, and I hooked it all back up, and I forgot to turn my soundboard back on. So sorry about that. And yeah, so. But I wanted to say good morning to Nancy and Native Pride, Dawn, and Just Bubba Hip. There's my bestie. Good morning. Nancy. Who else? Tammy. Good morning. Good morning. Yeah. So, did a lot of stuff this morning, making sure everything was put together. And yeah, forgot to turn on the soundboard. It happens. It happens. You guys keep me. Hey, you guys keep me up to date. Hey, it's muted. But I've been putting out stuff. Just not. It's all been from my phone, so I'm still working on programs on my phone. I'm trying to find one as good as I use DaVinci Resolve for the computer, and yeah. Yeah, pulled a Georgie. That happens. How are you guys doing all? The big beautiful bill passed, and so a lot of new tax breaks. I'm trying to go through all of them, see what ones Skipper can use. Uh, but yeah, so a lot of good stuff in there that I'm finding. You know, the Democrats are very mad about it, but I'm like, you know, a lot of that stuff you guys could have just done. The no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, no tax on Social Security. The only thing that didn't go through is that I wanted was no tax on military. I think we'll get there. But hey, mismatch. Good morning. But yeah, like, why are you against that? I just don't get it. Why are you against that? Don't be against that. You don't need to be against that. Someone has a thing that says, "Dear Facebook memories, that twat is not my friend anymore." Right? We all have those. Uh, Good morning, boss. Uh, I'm still last. I've been up early the last 2 days, and yeah, it takes me a while. I gotta like ease into everything. Um, Next, we need no property tax. I think we should do no property tax for people over the age of uh, 60 or 65, because that's ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like, oh, we got to pay for our schools. Those are people whose children have already been through schools. They've already paid. Like, you paid for your property, you paid for your kids to go through school. Stop with the property tax. All it does is estate tax is a big problem too, because estate tax is known as the farm killer, the family farm killer, and that's how you get companies like Monsanto, where they just get huge because all they do is buy up family farms. So yeah, but to people out there, that's why try to find some way for your property to make you money. Your home. If you can reduce your your home costs by making money off your property, or completely eliminate it and make money off it, yeah, taxation is theft. Yes, it is. That's what the lotteries and casinos contribute to. So yeah, they said that in Ohio, but I'll tell you, a significant part of the lottery money goes into the general fund. Yeah, yeah, and just like, okay, Louisiana. So they have sports gambling. You know what they're doing with their sports gambling money? They're putting it back into the NIL. So all the money that the athletes are getting paid from, they're going to take all those taxes and put it into there, so then they can pay uh, for more players. What is this? Huh. There's some weird stuff that people post. Weird stuff. My impressions on X are now up to 3.3 million, and I gotta hit 5. And I've done that 3 point. I went for about a million up to 3.3 in about a month. Took me a little bit to kind of figure out when the best times and things to do stuff was, but yeah. So I think I will be monetized in a month. And there's TC. Good morning. A National Legal League. Yeah, I don't like the NIL. I don't. I like. I understand. I think a lot of that money should be like the students shouldn't have immediate access to it. They should get access. They should get paid for their likeness. I got no problem with that. But they should not get paid the money right away. Or only get paid a portion and the rest should go into like a trust. Because there's too many of those young athletes who are not going to make it to the pros who are just going to blow through that money. Good morning, heroes, Chris. Greg of Scotland, good morning. Dawn, why would you lose Medicare? I may lose my Medicare, pays for everything. My Medicaid doesn't cover. I don't make enough to even cover half my meds. Well, here's the good thing: the cuts to Medicaid are people who don't work. So if you work, you're gonna make. You're still gonna keep your Medicaid. That's where a lot of that came. It was a working requirement, and there's also 1.4 million illegals who are going to come off of those Medicaid rolls. Um, and I know people are, they don't get it. They get it. Trust me, they get it. So now that they're coming off, that'll be savings there. Um, and a lot of the other cuts were things to like Planned Parenthood. And then you have that judge up in Massachusetts who, they ruled nationwide injunctions cannot happen. So she ruled, oh, this part of it cannot be enforced. We'll get to that, TC. I'll come back. Yeah, this judge said, oh, yeah, you can't defund Planned Parenthood. Bullshit. Congress passed that law. The judge didn't even give a legal reason why she was ordering that part not be followed. And I think SCOTUS needs to absolutely jump in. Judges need to follow legal reasoning. She didn't even do that. And they just ended nationwide injunctions. So that is her ending around Congress, or ending around the Supreme Court even. So the Supreme Court absolutely needs to jump in about that judge. That Congress voted on it. Unless if it's unconstitutional, which that is not what she's saying. Again, she didn't give a legal reason. That is an illegal order. And yeah, they should, I think they should actually, with a lot of these judges who were doing injunctions, people are like, they need to impeach him. No, you let the Supreme Court do it. In that case, yeah, that is absolutely a rogue judge. She needs to be impeached. How about all the winning on the Epstein client list and the justice for the victims? So much winning, big beautiful winning, the most transparent that has ever happened. Yeah, well, the administration's getting beat the hell up over that, and they should. They should. I think Bondi needs to either release it or resign. And I like that is a decision that's not made by the president. That decision right there. And Trump needs to tell her, look, I promised people this would be released. You're going to either release it or I'm going to need your resignation. And that's what he should do. I think here's why I think they're not releasing anything. Epstein was a Mossad agent. Maxwell, her dad was a Mossad agent. She has all the connections. No one knows where Epstein got his money. That's why they did it. It was a Mossad operation. I'm sure our CIA, NSA were probably all a part of it along with them, and that's why they don't want it known. That right there, nothing to do with the people involved. No, it was because there was wrongdoing within our intelligence agencies, and we were at least knowing Israel to do an operation. That's why I think they're doing that. And I'm sorry, I don't give a shit. Bring it all to the forefront. Let everything be known. Planned Parenthood does more than just abortions. They really help in other ways, though. Yeah, but they're for abortion. Look, their primary focus is abortion. Yeah, can you go get birth control from them? Yes. But they do abortions. I don't want federal money being spent on abortions. No, they can be defunded. Plain and simple. Nothing has to do with the federal government, Tammy. The government shouldn't have a say in what we do with our bodies or our own children. That's where they really screwed up. Where the government started telling us, no, these people are going to come into the bathrooms with your kid. And that's what woke people up. Had that not happened, Trump would not be president. He would not be president. But when they came into our kids' schools, that's where they screwed up. Trump gets the blames for the things people do. He appoints, decides. If Trump doesn't fire Bondi, yeah, then it's on Trump. But I think they did this, and I don't think they told Trump what. Like I think they told him, but didn't give him. Oh, here's what we're gonna do. And I don't think this thing is over. I do not think it's over and done with. I think Trump's gonna jump in and have a say. It's Trump, for God's sakes. The man has a say on everything. But I think, yeah, I don't think he was. I think they probably told him, "Oh, we're not going to release everything," because what Trump does, and I've been watching, what Trump does is he'll do things like he'll dip his toe in the water, like the whole thing with the illegals for agriculture. He dipped his toe in the water. What was that? 2 weeks ago, and people were like, "No, we don't want this." So he backed off, and then this week that was when okay, well they can have illegals come and work on their farms, but they have to pay money for it, and like that's what Trump does. He dips his see he finds out which way the wind's blown, and then he makes he'll make a compromise or go with which way the wind's blowing. Considering who started Planned Parenthood and what she was trying to do, I don't understand why people even use Planned Parenthood. Well, that's true. It's a pretty crappy organization all around. Yeah, they give people birth control, but to me, the juice isn't worth the squeeze. Bondi, Bongino, and Patel all need to go. I don't necessarily disagree with you. I think Trump's going to pull them in, tell them this is not what I promised the people. Y'all need to come up with something else. And if they balk, okay, well then you can turn in your resignation, and I'll bring someone else. People were saying, well, this is why Matt Gaetz should have been confirmed. Now, would Gaetz have done it? I don't know. But I guarantee you, Trump had a discussion with them previously that they would do this. Um, they definitely, because had they told Trump, he would have been talking about it. Again, Trump dips his foot in. There's some stupid stuff that people are. Even though people say Trump's an idiot, he's not an idiot. He's very intelligent. Even if one of them say we know who is running things. Well, Bondi runs the DOJ, and it's yeah, she does uh, serve at the pleasure of the president, but for the most part, the DOJ is fairly independent and should be. But this is something that is big enough that Trump can say, no, you're gonna you're gonna come to the table with information. And I think transparency is absolutely the way to go, as I think with many other things. I don't like Bondi. She supports Scientology, the child trafficking cult, the belief in an alien named Xenu, why the cross no one understands, the elder and child essay is horrible, and she supports them. Um, I'm not in favor of any of that. Um, but Bondi was not the first choice. You know, I'm not saying Gates would have been better. Just saying that she wasn't the first choice, and they should, yeah, they should. He needs to call them in and say, no, you are not going to do this. Okay, Bondi said that there are no files about Epstein, and there's no list. That's what she said yesterday, and not to expect it to be released. Now, I'm not one of these people who's like, trust the plan. I'm not that. There could have been a plan with this. There could have been, but I'm not saying that there 100% was. They could have said, look, we're gonna this is gonna be our way of dipping the toe out there. I think it was a huge screw up. I really do. This was the first big screw up of the Trump administration. Something he campaigned on. This is absolutely a screw up. You should research them, horrible people. Um, I know how bad Scientology is. Um, I don't see. If I start researching, I'm just going to get upset. I don't see where I can do anything against Scientology. Is she stupid, or does she think we are stupid? Probably a little both. Little both. Yeah. Some people in government think they are smarter than you. I've seen it. They think because they've been in government and they know the processes that they think they are smarter than you. Um, and they will take that attitude as they're not being a good steward to taxpayer money. Good morning, darling. Oh, you left Jay's? See, I don't think they're hiding people's names. I think they're hiding that it was an operation. I think it was all an intel operation. It all adds up. And see, I've got a buddy of mine who actually worked at Epstein's house. Uh, for years, I've been telling him to come forward and either let me or someone else interview him about the things that he saw. Ghislaine Maxwell, she was there and was ushering women around. He's come forward this week with that. The problem is, he was very scared that he would be killed. Well, now he's got terminal cancer, and I hope he talks. I would love to talk with him. If he doesn't talk with me, there's a couple of our buddies like Tommy Karate. I don't know if Tommy's in here this morning, but he's friends with Tommy, and Tommy's going to launch his show. I think he should. He needs to tell his story because he did work in two of Epstein's homes. Someone big is on the list, and not just flight logs. They found something big. We all know it. Yeah, I think the big thing is that Israel was conducting an intel operation in the U.S. I think that's, and it's probably still happening. It's probably still, they're still collecting. They're trying to cover up because Trump's name is on the list, but we all know his name is on the list, but not for the reasons people think. So his name is Trump's name is in the flight logs. I don't think his name is on the list of the island because we didn't see where he flew to the island, but we know he flew on Epstein's plane, and he talked about that. That was when Trump's plane was broke down, and Epstein used to have a place at Mar-a-Lago. Trump actually banned him from Mar-a-Lago, but before he got banned, like I think it was like 2000, 2001. They traveled on Epstein's private jet. And we know that. And we've seen those logs. Did he go to the island? No. Was he a client of the sexual services? I doubt it. I doubt it. What am I, cream cheese? Tell your friend to talk to me. Well, the thing is, I can only see him talking to someone that he trusts. And I told him, previously, I was like, look, I will make sure that you're not identified. We'll change your voice. We'll change your thing. He still didn't want to do it. But now that he's got terminal cancer, I told him, I said, look, even if it's not me, this is not self-serving. I told him, you need to get your story out there. He knows me and Tommy Karate fairly well. Tommy Karate more than me. The flight log list, yeah. Trump is on that. We know why he's on it. We also have the lawyer for the victims that when they were preparing to prosecute Epstein, he's already given interviews. He went to Trump, and Trump was the only person that they knew that had connections that was willing to talk and provided information and help. So that's why that right there, because we have that lawyer talking, I don't think Trump is on the list. I don't think he was a client. I think he was friendly with them, absolutely. Um, he may have even turned a blind eye. He might not have known everything he was doing, um, and would have turned a blind eye to some of that stuff. Look, it, I look at it this way. Look at all the people. For those of you who know, Skipper does not like the drama, but yet I get blamed for the drama. Look, people bring me stuff all the time. Look what this one said. Look at this. And I'm like, I want no part of it. But there are people who will use that to try to, um, to try to say I'm behind it all. I just saw messages today of people asking me for stuff like that. And yeah, no. Skipper doesn't like the drama. It's a distraction from me doing what I want to do. And people will try to pull you into drama. So that's how I see that with Trump. I think there are people who are more than eager to get in bed with the girls from Epstein's Island. I think, like Trump said, "Oh, he's always surrounded by pretty young girls." So I think he might have known like something was going on, but he might not have known the full story. And just because he was willfully ignorant does not make him responsible. People like I dealt with that with uh, like people were constantly telling me about Joe Paterno, that he was responsible for the whole thing happening at Penn State because the one guy went to him. At the end of the day, Joe Paterno was just a football coach. I don't know what power people think Joe Paterno had. And what did Joe Paterno do? He went to the university president, told them. Uh, Now, the university president is a person of authority. He has campus police who he should have said, investigate this, get me facts. But they didn't do any of that. Trump didn't essay E. Jean Carroll. No, that never happened. I'm just here to be Skipper's little ray of chaos. I'll take the chaos. I'll take the chaos. I don't want to be a part of the drama. Yeah, he banned Epstein from Mar-a-Lago. That's been confirmed. Yeah, he made a pass at a minor daughter of one of the residents. And that's how Trump is. Trump holds grudges. You cross the line with Trump, yeah. Uh, who was it? Penn Jillette said that the only reason he didn't win The Apprentice was because they had done a Donald Trump joke years prior, and Trump still like Trump threw Epstein off his property for trying. Yeah, we read that one. I want to go Bigfoot hunting. Oh, dude, let's do it. Take a camping trip. We'll try to find Bigfoot. I'm down, and I could drive up there. Sorry, I'm looking at a couple things here. So I am going into work today, but I'm going to be a little bit late. So I can actually go a little bit longer than what I normally do, which is a good thing for you guys because you haven't had coffee with the skipper for about 3 days. So, yeah, uh, that'll be a good thing. I got to go up to the courthouse. Uh, I will be requesting a continuance on the restraining order, but it's good stuff. It's good stuff. Uh, oh, there it is. Okay, something I was looking for. I've got documents coming in. We've been requesting a lot of different stuff. So yeah, I've got some open records coming in. Oh, thank you, TC, for gifting the membership. In fact, you just reminded me of something. I need to increase the sound on a couple of those. Right? Right, AVA? Um, yeah, we. Speaking of which, AVA, we need to sit down about more of these records that we're going to be requesting. Um, nope, that's not the one I'm looking for. I'll do it after the show. Yeah, the problem is I work. I work, so yeah, I get to work, and it's like, but yeah, things are changing. Mm, might have some new sponsors for the show. I've got one. I've got one locked down, but I want to try it. Oh, thank you, Georgie. Thank you for the $2. Skipper, my bad. I'm not finishing my requests. I'll get them done ASAP. There's no rush. We've got plenty of time on this stuff. We just need to coordinate. Um, but yeah, uh, Skipper Hunt's little hairy feet. What plane did you enjoy flying? I didn't. I didn't fly. I was not a pilot. Um, the trying to think. I just got a lot going on right now. Yeah, I finally got the stuff that with the computer done that I really wanted. So that was big. I've got other stuff progressing. Um, yeah, the one sponsor I could put up the link today and all this stuff. I want to try their product and yeah, so I want to get their product and try it out. So it's probably going to be another month before that sponsor shows up on the show. And the other one is a friend of mine. I didn't know he had started this side business, and he's doing coffee. And I'm trying to talk him into allowing me to sell coffee through his company. So it'd be like any other affiliate link. You'd go to the company, type in what my code is, get a discount, buy coffee. And when you do those affiliated, oh, Dwayne gifted 5 memberships. Oh, thank you, Dwayne. I didn't see him. I apologize, Dwayne. Oh, there they are. I'm sorry. It all went by so fast. And Dwayne, you keep throwing me off with the name changes. Let's see, Scottish Panda, Jamie Short, Kathy Coleman, Wishful She Devil, and Sandra Sabin. Congratulations, you guys. Hope you enjoyed the members only stuff. Also, you get the discount to our merchandise. I believe it's up to 20%. I think it's 20% Veteran Nation merchandise. I do know if you become a member and join, the discount on the merchandise is bigger than the price of the membership. I can tell you that much. I set that up that way. Oh, there we go. And there's the information I was looking for. I was watching Denver Metro audits yesterday. I like their stuff. I think he's a good dude. Okay, it says it was sent. Where is it? Oh, there we go. Oh, this. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm trying to get these documents down. And it's one of these web pages where they want you to go in and then put in this huge long code. I'm just trying to secure it. Tree response. Before it wanted me to log in. I don't see why it needs me to log in. Yeah, it's Jesus, cat. Scaring the shit out of me. Oh, you didn't get a notification? I'm telling you, the YouTube notifications on some things suck. But I did get my notification for Rumble. Now they want me to put in a one-time code. This is the frustrating thing about getting records. Why do I need to look? Give me the link and give me the password. Like. Why do I need to log in to get records? What was his name? Because they want a name. Okay. Sorry, guys. I'm looking this stuff up. Ah, damn it. Georgia, I got to talk with you after the show. I have to ask you a question. I like him, but he can be whiny. Who's that? Me? Am I whiny? The Muppet photos. Yeah, they're good. Justice for the putty. Do I think LP's bankruptcy will happen? No, I do not think it'll happen. Yesterday, I was given a document. The judge has already put in an order to show cause. Already. That ain't going through. There's going to be more than enough stuff for people to question, and more than enough stuff they put out there that I don't think that bankruptcy is going through. What did I break? We'll talk about it offline. But no, I do not think. I don't think her bankruptcy will go through. That was. I know they think they did something slick. Uh, that was a Hail Mary shot. Yeah, that was a Hail Mary shot. She added what was missing late last night. I still don't think that's going to be enough. What is. Somewhere I've got this stuff. I've got stuff all over the place. I walk away for 5 minutes, get ready, and you come back saying you need to talk with me. No more leaving bestie unsupervised. Yeah, I can't find half my documents. I know I've got them saved. It's just which one did I save it in? And they're all organized. It's just this is why people are like, oh, start a TikTok. Fuck that. I have way too much social media. Start a Discord. Fuck that. I have way too much social media. Like I just adding more stuff just makes me lose more stuff. Tammy's Tammy, she's listed property over $1 million. She added a through J like the judge wanted. What's a through J? We'll talk about it offline, Georgie. I don't want to talk about it online. Um, electronics. Actually, here I'll send you. I'll send you a thing. Electronics. She only owns a TV, no computer herself. Well, she's got a. She does have a free iPad. The docs the judge wanted. Yeah, but there's still going to be a show cause. Like, yeah, AJ. I don't know what AJ is. Like, you got a through J and AJ. That like those don't like just say what it is. I don't get it. Like, but yeah, a show cause. There being a show cause hearing. Yeah. In fact, here, let me pull that up. Um, no. So, I hate Facebook. Um, so this was the show cause filed a voluntary Chapter 7 petition. Uh, Debtors has failed to file a list of creditors containing the name and address on each entity included to be included. Hey, Coop.
Let me in. Let me in.
To be included on schedules D, E, F, G, and 11 as prescribed uh, by the official forms as required. Debtors shall file the required list of creditors no later than 14 days from the date of this order. Failure to do so will result in dismissal of this case without further notice or hearing. Well, yeah, so that's show cause. So she has to upload all that stuff. But we all know she's not going to list Jeremy. The bankruptcy documents listed as A to J. Just say the documents. Don't say A to J. That's people. I'm not. Have you figured out, Skipper? Like, you got to hold my hand on this stuff.
What do you want to know?
Are you talking about the stuff I'm looking up?
Yeah, what do you want to know? If I can help.
It's nothing I'm going to talk publicly about.
Oh, it's not about Lynette shit.
I don't want to comment. I sent Georgie a thing on what I need, but I don't want people trying to run down what I'm trying to run down.
Oh, all right, whatever.
Georgie, I'll bring you on, but we're not talking about what I DM'd you about.
No, you're fine.
Okay.
I was trying to explain the bankruptcy.
Yeah, I get it now. It's the documents.
Right.
People just kept saying A or J, and I was like, that doesn't mean anything to me. Like, now had they said document J, okay.
Right. So she turned in all her Schedule C and D stuff for the creditors and what property she has and all that crap. That's what they're referring to.
Yeah.
And
yeah, but the thing is, though, with her show cause, Jeremy's going to file and say, oh, hey, I'm a debtor too. And that show cause isn't going to go away.
yeah, she has Jeremy listed as a creditor. But the part that she has him listed as is the cases that's not even completed yet. She didn't put the Ohio case on there where she actually owes him money for the Ohio case. But she listed the Fed 1, the Fed 2, and the state courts.
Did she put her income from the
flea market?
Yep.
No.
Oh, she's going to hide everything she can possibly hide.
I was trying to hold this to mine and Coop's selves, so our show, but there's so much stuff.
Well, I'm not going to get too far into it, especially because, like, and if you guys, I don't know if I want to. The court, I got to go to my courthouse at 8 a.m. Well, I don't have to be there. You know what? I'll take my show all the way up until yours. But so you guys will go live and I'll redirect everyone. But yeah, my courthouse opens at 8 a.m., so I'll be going over there. Talking over
see
TC.
The tickles in the blue.
What? Talking over me for what?
Huh?
TC says we're talking over him.
He's not here for us to talk over. He's in the chat.
Well, that means he's on stream. Don't you know that? If they're in the chat, they're on the stream. That stupid line of thought.
They're being sweet this morning.
For once.
Blues, love, and honor.
Yeah. I don't even know what y'all. I came in here, you were talking about one thing, and then you're talking about something else. I don't have any idea what you're talking about.
TC's saying that we're talking over him.
How can you talk over TC? He's not on the panel.
That part.
That's the whole point.
Sorry.
And I then started making fun of the other guy who said he had been on the stream and he was not on the panel. He was in the chat.
Lay down, take a nap. It'll all be different when you wake up. Oh, over my head with the what the hell's drama. Oh, okay. So he wants us to talk about what he knows. That's what it is.
Well,
Yeah.
he's not following on the case, which that's fine. He doesn't have to.
Hey, that's
But
understandable. It's crazy. It's a freaking nut show, is what it is.
yeah, and there's daily updates. Even still, we're 2 years in. You guys realize it's now been over 2 years since I made my Facebook group about Lynette.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it's been going for a while. It's absolutely nuts. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and say that I can base this off of everything else because I'm not used to this court shit. But from what I've seen and from what I've heard from other people that do this is some crazy shit.
Yeah. Every time we turn around, there's something else.
Yeah, it's
Right.
crazy. I
We
mean, now we
had-
got this bankruptcy thing that's gonna just, I think it's gonna hurt her way more than it's gonna help her.
100%. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 documents drop last night.
I
And
think
they-
I downloaded all of them this morning. There's a total of what, 19 already?
We had 5 drop after our show yesterday, and then in the middle of the night we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 more drop.
Yeah, there's something like, I think I got like 19 files in my folder.
13. So
I'd
yeah,
go
there's
see.
19 total documents.
Did you get the rest of Al's?
Yeah. Okay, so we have the first 5 from the very first day she filed. And then there was...
Because I've got 19, not including the creditors and the bar complaint against her lawyer.
That's what I'm saying. So we have the original 4 from day 1 of her filing bankruptcy.
Right.
5 more that dropped after our show yesterday, and then 8 that dropped in the middle of the night.
Karen's
Yeah.
books,
Yeah,
that is a
19.
yes. So when I filed my restraining order paperwork on things that were a no or not applicable, you put no, and for NA you put NA, and I draw a line through the rest so no one else can try to come in later. But yes, you have to answer all those things as a petitioner.
Oh my God, she left so much stuff blank.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Or just flat out said no and lied.
And that's all going to come back to haunt her because, I mean...
It's going to get it all thrown out, is what it's going to do.
It seems like she has gotten herself a no-nonsense judge and has already gotten a show cause order.
Yeah.
And it's only been a couple days, so...
And that's the thing. Most judges don't have patience for playing any games with the court.
Where did she file this at, Georgie? Is it in Levy County?
It's the Gainesville District of the federal courts.
Oh, so she's going bankruptcy with her... She's going federal with her bankruptcy.
Bankruptcy is federal.
Oh, all right. Because she ain't going to get a judge grudge up there. Mm-mm. So she'll get normal judges up there. So she's...
Bankruptcy, these aren't criminal or like complicated civil things. And especially with the federal courts, in general, the federal courts are very busy. They do not have time to waste on people's bullshit. So the moment that they get the hint that someone's doing that, they just toss the case and say, okay, well, you can pay to refile and do all this shit again. This case is not ready.
I'm still, baffled at the fact that she literally wrote Randy an email stating why she filed for bankruptcy. That is just mind-boggling. Because you don't think he's going to turn that over to the judge in Fed 1 and Fed 2? Or
Not
trying
only
to
that,
use it
but
as a
turn it
tactic?
over. Like you said, he's going to give it to Belito, but he's also going to turn around and hand that email over to her bankruptcy judge.
I mean, she's deliberately trying to stall or get out of this Fed 1, Fed 2 by using this bankruptcy to do it.
And the fact that they have their comments, that this was to get a stay. That's what's
Right.
going to go to Judge Batholio.
Right.
And yeah, that's what's going to piss him off. What they're leaving out of this bankruptcy case is going to piss off the bankruptcy judge, which I believe is a female.
Oh my God. Well, she can't sue the judge this time, so it'll have to be John. But John's not even, she's not, this isn't even got anything to do with John. This is her right now. She's not.
Oh, she added him.
Oh, did she? Well, we'll look. We'll look.
That's not going to fly either.
Well, she didn't add him as a co-plaintiff on the bankruptcy, but if further down in the document, she added him as a co-debtor.
Yeah, that's not going to fly.
I mean, at this point, I think the only thing that's paid off is just the property, the barn dominium, and those 2 sheds. The RV and the Jeep, they aren't paid for, I don't believe. And we'll get into it later.
No, if I remember correctly, they said they had a $600 a month payment.
On
$734 on the Jeep.
Oh yeah, that's almost $800 on that thing. The RV is like 380 something, somewhere around there. It's under 400. But she classifies the RV as her home. She's trying to say that it's a house payment. It's not. It's on a freaking RV that John owns, not her. She's nuts.
Well, they're just trying to play games, is all it is.
Right. It's Bubbles. Yeah. It's Bubbles tactics is what it is. It's that damn gutter law shit. And like I told Jordan yesterday, Bubbles and Lisa are using Lynette and Crook as crash dummies. I mean, they're testing the waters with those 2 morons to see what they can do with the rest of them. Okay, Skipper fell down. What makes you think Lynette
I finally got into
lied
the
on
thing I was
paperwork,
trying to get.
Georgie? Oh, she wouldn't do that. That woman, I don't think she knows what the truth is there, Dirt. Pickles, calm down. Skipper over there pulling a Georgia. He investigating.
Mm-hmm. And see, when you fuss at me for being quiet during the show, that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm over here digging stuff up or looking something up to learn what it means. Or I just straight dissociate. One of the two. I see my glory.
Yep, I see the puppy.
Right, Miss Tammy? Not only that, she claims she doesn't have any animals on the property. Me and Koopa get into it here shortly. Oh my God.
See, when I have the avatar, it tells me if my stuff is working. But when I'm on the screen, I can't tell if it's working. Crash dummies. Yeah, there you go. They're crash dummies. I think they're testing everything out on John and Lynette. John and Lynette will have the full force of the federal law come right down on their head, and then the idiots on the other in the big case, they're going to use all the crap that's going on with Lynette and Crook, and they're going to try and, okay, we know what we can and can't do. At the end of the day, Lynette and Crook are going to be ones holding the bag. They're going to be the ones screwed the worst.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If I was them, I'd be shopping for a lawyer to sue Bubbles. But are they going to spend more than they'll ever get out of Bubbles? So would it be even worth going after Bubbles if I were them? I mean, I don't know. You got to, I mean, Jeremy, he's doing this right now on principle. He'll never get the money that if he wins, he'll never get the money out of them. But I would think most people would weigh the pros and cons. Like, okay, I sink $3,000 into this, and I'm suing for $50,000. Do they have the money for me to recoup what I put into it? Oh, really?
Yo, you missed him dancing. He was just a dancing, and I was dancing with him.
Who that?
Blue.
Oh, was he?
He was a bobbing.
Now, come time for showtime, they won't be this quiet and easygoing and chilling. They'll be. But anyway, Skipper.
I'm sending something.
Okay.
Greg said he's seen in the hate group Robbie is instigating Jeremy to come fight him.
As in Gator Boy?
Yeah.
He's wanting to physically fight Jeremy Hells. Why? Is that going to solve anything? Is it going to stop anything? No. Just going to let somebody wind up in jail. So if I was Jeremy, I'd just tell him, go pound sand. Go out and play with your alligators. Leave me alone. I'll see you in court. So Robbie's actually in the hate group, huh? I
don't know if Robbie's in the hate group or if someone screenshotted something and posted it in the hate group.
Oh.
I haven't been in there this morning.
I haven't either. Oh. Let's go see what they had to say. Another horrible Volpe. The Stooge, independent journalist. Big miss. Okay. Of course, anonymous. Gotta love the anonymous stuff, boys and girls.
Right.
Oh, there's Volpe. Ragamuffin. Yeah. See, we come on and we get all Mikey all flubbergusted.
Well, no, it was because I got a thing in for these documents, and they're ridiculous on the shit that they ask for.
On who? On your stuff?
No, on when I do open records requests.
Oh.
Because they lock everything down. Because it's like it's a public fucking record.
Right.
But they whenever you request up, they're like, okay, well, we need your request number. Okay, here's the request number. Now we need you to log in. Okay, now I'm logged in. Well, when you made the requests, we need this information from you. And it's like, why? Like, it's public record. I should say, hey, I would like these records. Okay, yeah. Fill out this information. Here you go. That's all it should be. But they do this. They want to lock everything down. And it's a way to try to deny people stuff.
Did you watch Shara's new video the other day?
Me?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, she got the 911 call from the neighbor beside Jeremy that called the police. Flat out. This woman's just flat out lying. Tina. Yeah, she just flat out lying. Talking about Jeremy waving a gun around. Jeremy's paying people off. He's putting money in people's pockets to turn on people. And I mean, just a whole bunch of crap. It was absolutely nuts.
This is what I say. Like, a lot of these people just have mental illness. Like, I could hear that when Lynette's daughter contacted Jeremy. And you notice she flipped back and is now on Lynette's side and said that Jeremy was trying to get all these things. Like, they're just nuts. It's a mental illness.
Well, she called him to begin with. So yeah, he's going to ask questions if they could give him anything to use against Lynette in court. Yeah, he's going to ask. I don't blame him. I would too.
Oh yeah.
But the key thing is he didn't call them. They called him.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And
that's John's trying to sit there and say, "Oh, Jeremy's harassing all of Lynette's family and blah 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 blah." No, guys. And you bet your butt he's got all the screenshots of who called who.
Hmm. Call logs are forever.
Yep. You can easily go to your carrier and have them printed out. It ain't a problem.
Even if it's prepaid.
Yep. And Jeremy, knowing Jeremy the way we do, he's got the stuff all printed out. He's got it all saved.
Mama.
Yep, there's my sweetheart. She come to say hi. But yeah, it's crazy. It's nuts. And FOIA requests. And that's what gets me is they think that they can call the police and it's going to be private. No, it's not private. It's all
Nope.
public.
So here in California, 911 calls are considered investigatory records, so they can be denied here in California. And that's why, like, Florida has some of the best sunshine laws. It's incredibly transparent. But I know a lot of people think that, oh, New York and California, they've got sunshine laws. Yeah, but they put things in to protect the state is the problem. And
Right.
so, like here, I've been denied 911 calls. I've been denied.
Oh wow. Oh wow.
When I got attacked over Glory, the 911 call would prove a lot of the stuff that I said, but they've denied me the calls.
Yeah, but if you go to court, you can easily the judge can make them turn them over, right?
Well, that's what people told me. They're like, yeah, do a case, and then you can subpoena the records. The problem is then I have to pay court costs.
Yeah.
And
yeah.
That's the thing. It's all BS. Like
Why
911 calls should be, unless if there's something personal in there, they should be made public. There's no reason for them not to be.
Right. So they just don't want to take the time to redact personal information out of it.
Oh, no. It's all to protect the state. Because,
Wow.
see, like, that's how a lot of people would be able to prove that certain people, if they called 911 and said something, lied, you'd be able to say, hey, why are you not holding them accountable? Or if the cops are lying about the reasons for whatever they did, that would be proof. But that's why they deny you. It's people don't understand the government is generally a gamed system, and they make it to where they protect themselves nonstop. Not you.
Oh yeah.
Protect themselves.
Oh, the citizens are always the last people to be thought of.
Yeah.
Politicians and government officials, they always think of themselves and how they can hide. Because, say, for instance, I called 911 on you, and they are giving me bad advice. That could be used against them because they're not taking a call. They're literally telling me, "Hey, you can do this, you can do that," when it could be wrong, and then that opens them up for lawsuit. Oh, take for instance the policeman that came out to Tina and them, and they stood out there talking, and the policeman was running his pie hole about Jeremy.
Yeah.
Jeremy could easily use that against the police.
Oh, Jeremy will, like, I can tell Jeremy's whole thing, he's going to get big money from the county. That county's going to have to pay Jeremy, I'm not joking, 6 figures.
Oh,
At least
easily.
6 figures. Most likely 7.
Now, if he goes after something like that, would he be going after the state or would he be going after the county?
Both.
Oh, so that could be one
federal 1983 lawsuit.
Could that be one of the FBI's involved?
Yes. The FBI would be involved over 2 things: paint chips and the sheriff's department. The sheriff's department not protecting Jeremy is a violation of the 14th Amendment. So, yeah, they would investigate the sheriff. Paint chips, he's a federal felon, so that's why they have his interest.
Well, according to Shara in her video, Lynette's went to people several times, from what I can gather, on the unalive thing with Jeremy Hells. And she's literally got it on text. In that last video, you can sit there and absolutely read it.
Mm-hmm. Well,
So I would think that would be a FBI thing, wouldn't it?
it is because Levy County has not enforced the civil protection order. Like
Right.
Jeremy, he's already proved that no, she's stalked and harassed me, and they're trying to do all this stuff. You need to keep her away from me. And the fact that they haven't is a violation of the 14th Amendment. The 14th Amendment says all Americans are equal. They're all due to equal. You all entitled to equal protection under the law. Well, because the law in Ohio has said no, Jeremy is protected, and they haven't enforced that. They're not protecting the citizens equally. Jeremy is a special case to the Levy County Sheriff.
Right. And a restraining order, it's supposed to be, through the whole United States. If you have it here, it's good. Say I show up in freaking California and the person I got the restraining order on shows up there too. It should be enforced there.
Yes.
It should be enforced everywhere. I don't understand why they're not enforcing it. Are they just waiting for somebody to cross that line? And it's almost like, okay, there's a clear threat. There's been threats of unaliving people out of these people's mouths,
Mm-hmm.
And so now, what are they waiting on? Somebody to actually commit the crime before they start doing anything about it?
Yeah.
That's horse shit.
Oh, I totally agree. And, that's why people need to keep, like, I've contacted the FBI. I've got no qualms in saying that. I contacted the Tampa FBI and said, you need to investigate this. This is a clear violation of the 14th Amendment. But, the FBI was like, well, you need to contact the Attorney General. I've contacted the Attorney General. Who do you think told me? Well, the Attorney General was like, well, you need to contact the sheriff. Why would I contact the sheriff to investigate the sheriff?
That's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
That's absolutely crazy.
That's what government will do. They'll keep passing the buck.
I can't remember where it was. They had a sheriff that got in trouble here not too long ago. I can't remember. It was a big story, but the local PD are the ones that actually went and arrested his ass, put him in handcuffs. I mean, they had the whole
You're
sheriff's
talking about
department.
the one in New Mexico, right?
I'm pretty sure that's where it's at.
Yeah,
it's an older gentleman. He was kind of balding, and then he had like a short, heavy set.
The sheriff versus the police department, yeah, and it all came down to he showed up drunk. There was a guy with a gun in a house, and he wanted to talk him out, but the sheriff had been drinking. Yeah, familiar with that case.
Because apparently this sheriff had done a lot of stuff he shouldn't have been doing. But hey, I don't know. You get them crazy whack jobs out there.
That's the problem with when people are like, oh, well, they think the system will work for you. No, the system is set up to go against you.
Yep.
Like the system is set up to protect itself. And that's why we need more transparency and accountability.
It's a shame that, the police. All right, here in the state of Florida, I've seen this go two ways. You can threaten someone, threaten to kill them, unalive them. And that the police here in Florida, the city police, will tell you, oh, there's nothing we can do about that. Sorry. But yet you turn around and you do that same thing to a police officer and you're arrested. If I threatened a police officer like that, they will arrest me. But if you threaten me like that, it's just they can't do anything.
Exactly. And
that is
why I am not a thin blue line guy. I will never be a back the blue guy. No. Police should be held to a higher standard. All law enforcement.
It's nuts. It's just crazy.
And if anyone wants to debate me, well, TC will debate you too. But if anyone wants to debate me, I can give you reasons why police should be held to a higher standard. For the LEOSA, the fact that law enforcement can concealed carry in all 50 states, and I cannot, even if I get a concealed carry permit. The fact that they can do that right there, they should be held to a higher standard.
I do not think they should have that quality, or what do they call that? An immunity thing? Qualified immunity? I don't think they should have that. But I think a lot of them commit crimes and hide behind it. And they never, that's the reason why you have so many bad ones, that the good ones can't catch up and do anything about it. They have that qualified immunity shit.
And it's not just bad cops, there's bad judges too
Right,
that cover up for the bad cops.
right. So I know you were talking.
Cass.
Hey. That's the Twitters. The Twitters. Oh, by the way, did you get your Rumble working, Georgie?
I have not had time to mess with it.
Oh, you haven't had time to get your Rumble working. Oh, so we'll save that for later.
Yes.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, it's absolutely nuts, Skipper. We've lost him to the rabbit hole.
No. Well, I responded to someone. But no, that's the problem with all that. That's why I'm doing something else on the what the hell's case. I'm doing something on the side that I don't want to talk about.
Well, don't. I ain't asking you about it. Don't spill the beans.
Oh no. People will message me, and I'm not talking about it. Like, I'll talk to people I want to about it, but not right now.
Go for it. Go for it.
A lot of people think because they DM me, they're entitled to information. Sorry, no.
I ain't entitled to shit.
Well, no, you won't. You're not the ones.
Oh, I know.
That send me stuff and are like, "Well, what is this shit you're doing?" And it's like, no, I'm not. Like, I've been burned too many times.
Oh yeah,
and
keep that shit under your hat, man. Keep it under your hat.
Drama shit stirrers out there.
Oh
Cass,
yeah,
how
most
you doing?
definitely.
I see you in there.
Most definitely. Well,
And
hey,
Cass,
Buckwheat.
you're absolutely right.
I got 9 minutes, so I'm gonna have to boogie.
Our law enforcement needs a lot more accountability to its people. And Jeremy Hales is just one example. And he's not even the worst example. His is not that bad compared to other cases I've seen. You guys have to know, we're working on cases right now of veterans who've been straight up beaten up by law enforcement. And they claim, well, it was disorderly conduct. They were never charged. So that's unauthorized use of force.
Well, I gotta go. I gotta get ready.
Yep.
I gotta go change my shirt, grab my birds and put them away. And I will see you in just a little while, Georgie.
Okay, I'll be there in a
Cass, we
second.
gotta get you back on.
Yes, I miss the sassy Cass.
Adios, chat. Skipper, it's been a pleasure.
Have a good one. But yeah, and I get people frustrated. They're like, well, you're not, I asked you to do this and you're not doing it. I have to do things at Skipper's time.
That part.
I have a life. I've got a million things going. I can't, it's baby steps. I got to do little stuff to keep things rolling every day. Like, something big happened this morning towards Skipper being able to get a vehicle. And we all know that's been a goal, me getting a vehicle for the show. Something big happened with that. I haven't even touched on it. I just saw the emails there. Okay. I can't today, but this coming weekend we should have you on.
Yes. I enjoyed causing chaos with her last time she was on. All right, I gotta go get ready for the show. I'll see y'all.
Yeah, I'll be wrapping things up. Yeah. No, that's minutes. Okay. All right. Yeah, I have to laugh at some of these people. Like, some of these people, like, they've never done an investigation before. Like, a lot of you people, when it comes to Jeremy Hales, you've never dealt with the government before in these type of things. So, like, you're getting all incredibly upset at things like a federal judge not moving as fast as you want. Federal court is super slow. Like, that's why I'm like, this is like, I was not expecting anything until August. Because the thing is, where's your partner, Lacey? She's on the floor back here because I moved things around with taking apart the computer. You can see that I've even got stuff all over on my bed. So, yeah. I'll be out in Cali this weekend, but are you going to be in Southern California? We should do a live together if you are. You should come out to Joshua Tree. Just saying. Yeah, federal courts move at a total, like, and here's the thing. Everyone's like, well, why hasn't the judge ruled? Why hasn't the judge ruled? He doesn't have to. He can sit on all this and say, okay, the trial's going to start April 20 or August 27th. And on August 27th, he can rule, do it all. All these judgment or all these motions and stuff, he doesn't have to. I get that people are getting mad, but this is a federal case. Like, okay, that's not too far from me. If you want to meet up, like, that's depending on what part of LA, it'll be an hour and a half to 2 hours. I can make that if you want to get together. Appeals, they can. Oh yeah. Appeal. That's of it. Appeals. They can say with an appeal, they can sit on it for a year and say, your appeal didn't make it this term. Resubmit. And they can do that. Like, there are gun cases right now that I'm following that are just now getting appeals. Those are 5-year-old cases. Your municipal courts will move fairly quickly. Those will, because they want to clear out the docket. Like, me today, I'm requesting a continuance in my case. It's going to be granted because I haven't requested one before. The respondent requested one, but I never have. Snope broke my heart. Who's Snope? But yeah, I haven't requested a continuance. So when I do request one, it's going to get granted. But the respondent, hold on. I want to show you guys something. I'll be right back. Skipper had to go get his documents. So I requested a restraining order. I got hit with special interrogatories. These are regular interrogatories. They're only supposed to ask me 35 questions. There's 42 on here. And this is 8 pages of questions. Okay? Respondents' request for admissions. Request for production and inspection of documents and tangible things. This is a restraining order case, people. This is the other party papering the court. None of this stuff has anything to do with me requesting protection from the other party. This is all trying to continue the harassment on me. That's what this is. Reminds you of killer whale? Can you believe someone was getting rid of this? If you saw, Cass, if you saw the, if you haven't seen the video, I'll shoot it to you. It's on TC's. I was attacked by my ex-wife's boyfriend in September of 2023. I defended myself, but it was clearly he attacked me from behind. I was willing to, like, I talked about it on the channel. Then they started trying to mess with my life. And now the guy comes to places where he knows I'm going to be. So that's harassment and intimidation. So I went to get a restraining order. May 6th, we went into court. I would not sign off on the commissioner, who's like a magistrate. They have a commissioner. I wouldn't sign off on him taking the case. I have a right for it to go in front of a judge. So I said, no, I want the judge. And they then requested a continuance. So August, we have a hearing. I'm going to request a continuance today because they sent me all this stuff. And yeah, there's no way I would be able to answer all that in the time frame. So they were just, it's a tactic. It's a tactic to continue their harassment of me, which is fine by me because we'll just be able to use this against them and say, Your Honor, look, none of this applies to the restraining order. They're just trying to mess with me. And it's more of a reason for me to have a restraining order. I can't tell you what it's going to look like, but I think I will eventually have some type of restraining order. I can't tell you what it'll look like, but I'm very confident. I've got video of the dude attacking me from behind, and I've got pictures and video of him coming around me. Like, I want nothing to do with this man. So yeah, he's had a United States Marine Corps general, try to shut this channel down, try to intimidate me and my First Amendment right. Actually, I'm okay. I'm not a lawyer, and I've not received legal advice on this. I've just talked with people who have legal knowledge. They actually don't have a right to ask me questions. I'm the petitioner. They have the right to ask me about the things I put into my petition. They have a right to ask me about that. But let me show you this one. This is their special interrogatories. They're asking about my old Twitter account from like 2020. What does that have to do with anything? It has nothing to do with this case. So I'm like that. I'm not going to answer. Like it's irrelevant. Has no bearing on him attacking me or him coming around me. So I'm smart enough to know unless if the judge orders me to, I'm not going to answer that. They have the right to ask. They're not entitled to an answer. My understanding of it. But so yeah, I know they're upset. Is Georgie and Coop live? Because I'm gonna redirect to them. Let me. No. Hold on here. No, they're not. Okay. So I'm in there, and when they go, I will redirect. In fact, I'm going to set up my redirect right now. But yeah, they can request. I don't think you can be compelled. Hope that. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, see, okay, cashier, paralegal. They can generally ask, but civil laws aren't my bread and butter. I worked on federal criminal side. Oh, I didn't know that about you. We need to talk a lot more about some federal cases. Um, but yeah, so this is just a way to intimidate me. And the thing is, it's like I've been pushed far enough. They're not going to intimidate me. Um, they need to leave me alone. That's what they need to do. That's what would be smart for them. Why does that say Tuesday? It's the wrong day. I'm just gonna, you know what? I'm just gonna wait for them to go live. I'll be ready here. They always run late. They do a make it a time. Yeah, they do. I understand it though. If you guys knew what it takes to set things up, like you'd be like, okay, yep, I forgive them. Um, I have to laugh about people. This happens to me every day. People who want to say their piece and then block you and run. It's like all that shows me when people do that. It, it just shows me that yeah, you are a very uncomfortable person and can't handle the truth. um, but yeah, with the cases, like so many people involved in this, I understand this is your first case of really following along, but you're getting too emotionally invested in this, and trust me, it'll like you got to find a new outlet. Like still, you can still follow the case, just don't like if you're posting like about the case every single day, it's going to be really unhealthy. Oh my god, that is hilarious. I just saw something funny. Most things end up in a plea in Fed, makes the work really quite easy. I did that while I was working on my degree. Okay, yeah, you're right. Most most federal cases end in a settlement or a plea, and that's how I thought this one would go. Uh, what they do is they go back and forth and they do all these motions and they start fighting back and forth. And that's what I told people: stop worrying about the motions. Do not focus on the motions. Uh, Once the judge rules, that's when you want to look at what the judge said. But don't what the attorneys are saying. It's all bullshit because the judge is probably going to ignore 90% of it. That's what happens most times. Once it's ruled on, that ruling, that's important because that talks about how the trial is going to go. And with a lot of these Fed cases, they'll do all this stuff for the ruling, and it'll go all the way up into um, like right up to the trial. And then after all the rulings are made, one side says, okay, yeah, this is not going to be advantageous for us. We'll settle now. That's how most of them go. Um, with appeals can go up and get struck down for the dumbest things or upheld for the dumbest things. One line in a motion, or one thing said by a judge somewhere can make or break an appeal. It is that stupid. Honestly, with a restraining order, it should not be this difficult. I mean, the petitioner should meet their burden, but Jesus, it's not that complicated. Again, all these are just to harass me further. This is harassment. That's what that is. And this is what they've been doing, not just in this, but in other avenues. Um, and the thing is, I ignored a lot, and now I'm done playing. That's really what it is. They brought, um, well, there's things I don't want to talk about. They brought this show into it. I'll say that. When they brought this show into it, that's when I really started saying, okay, Skipper's getting done. Like, I get it. They don't like the things I said about them. Well, if you don't like what I say about you, you probably shouldn't attack me, because that's what I didn't talk anything about them until I was physically attacked. And at that point, yeah, I'm going to talk about it. My safety relies on it. Are they trying to lay out a foundation of harassment for you to make their actions plausible in some way? I think they might be trying to do that, but none of the things that they're talking about, like my Twitter account, I never talked about them. Like, never talked about them at all. And you, Cash, you see me on Twitter. I troll people. I'm not the nicest guy on Twitter. I, I'm I'm a bit of a bastard. I'm having fun on there, and people who get what I'm doing have fun with me. Um, but I can be a bastard. I can be an asshole legally, and it has nothing to do with them. It's they think that justifies whatever I do in my life justifies their actions, and it doesn't. You don't have the right. No one has the right to put their hands on anyone else without consent. Is that I, to me? That's not a controversial thing. Trolling is not the same as a threat. Those are decidedly different actions. I Yeah, I had a discussion yesterday. A guy, he put up a phone number and threatened to text me, and I was like, "That's harassment. You're threatening harassment, which in itself is harassment, by the way." And I was like, "Dude, you need." He was like, "That's not harassment." I'm like, "You need to talk to a lawyer then. Like, if you're putting up someone's phone number, okay, and saying I'm going to start texting you, that is harassment. That is a threat of harassment." Um, And that happened to me yesterday. I understand doing a show. Doing a show like this, I'm going to be the target. I've been the target for, have I been doing this show 6 years now? Yeah, 6 years. And yeah, like I am the target of, this show put a target on my back. I understand. I accept it. So many of these people who are content creators who don't like to be criticized, guess what? You chose this. You chose to post publicly. So that means you get criticism. People threatening me is not right. People attacking me is not right. Physically attacking me is not right. But I do understand it. That comes with the territory. You realize I've got on my channel, well, on the channel, I've got one attack. On TC's channel, you've got the second attack of me. And, in each time I ended up okay. So being attacked does not scare Skipper. If you, as I've said, I'm not a violent man, but if you bring me violence, you're going to find violence. I will match the energy that you bring to me. So, but again, attacking me, if they put up your phone number, that goes into potential doxing territory depending on the state. Those laws aren't so weird and varied, but they are generally determined by several factors, one being malicious intent. Yeah, I've talked about, I've got the failed journalist out there he's posted defamation. He's edited his Substack. It's still defamation that he's posted about me. And he's deleted his Twitter account for the second time. He was just trying to intimidate me, and sorry, like, you're not going to bother me. You can lie about me all day long. And he's got other people that he encourages all these other people to come at me. And I just take screenshots because guess what? If 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 someone else, if someone defames someone and I pick up that defamation, I know, or I have a reasonable belief that it's false, and I start spreading it, guess what? I am not liable for that defamation as equally as the other person. And him sending all these people against me, it doesn't help them at all. It actually helps me because if this guy, which this guy doesn't appear he's going to stop, this will eventually end up in a lawsuit. I'm being very generous by ignoring him and letting it go. But yeah, it will eventually end up in a lawsuit. And when that happens, all these people are like, "You can't put me in a lawsuit." I'm like, "Oh, I can." And at that point, me doing a lawsuit against 20 people is much more likely to pay me more money than if I were to go against just the one guy who put up the Substack. All the people who bring his Substack to me, yeah, you all you're doing is you're making my case against him and yourself. Because the moment I tell you, yeah, that's false, and you keep arguing with me that it's not without any information, yeah, you are now liable for all that defamation. That, but doing this show, that's what happens. You know, people are going to come at me for this show, and that's okay. It's damaging your reputation and income. It can be very problematic. Defamation isn't super easy to prove, but it's certainly something to look at. Um, I would say there's tortious interference of business contracts as well. Absolutely. Um, I don't want to. I don't want to give up my full hand. Uh, Cass, I know you're a smart woman. I think you know I'm no spring chicken to this stuff. I know how some of this stuff. I have to laugh when people like, especially in the What the Hell's group, when they start arguing with me about defamation. I'm like, you do realize my degree's in journalism. If there's one area of the law that they taught us, it was about defamation, libel, and slander. Like, trust me. Um, but exactly. But I'm fully willing to talk to you offline. Like, fully willing. Like, this guy who. So with all these people, I've got dirt on them. You know, like this guy. Okay, who he's my ex's boyfriend. Okay, he cheated with my ex while he was in the military, which is against the UCMJ. He was a serial cheater. Like, I laugh that my ex is even with him. She thinks it bothers me that she's with him. It does not bother me at all. It like I don't hold hate towards my ex. I don't. Uh, like for people are like, don't you want to beat his ass because he's with your ex? I'm like, no, I can't think of a worse. I can't think of a worse punishment than for him to be with her, because she's a nightmare to be with. Um, like she's pretty decent person. She's a horrible partner in a relationship. But her, like, she's with a serial cheater. And I've had discussions with this guy's ex-wife. Me and her are friendly. We're not friends, but I'd say we're friendly. Uh, and she put up with a lot from this guy, and especially when it came to cheating. And do I think he's cheating on my ex? Why would I not? He was a serial cheater. Like, those two deserve each other. um, so I don't care. I never talked about either of them up until he attacked me. And it's like, well, if you didn't want me to talk about you, you probably shouldn't have attacked me. You gave me reason to. You're saying Georgie's live? I'm on a channel right now. What is going on? Do I have to refresh? Hold on. Okay. Oh, I see Georgie's live. Coop is not live. I was looking at Coops. All right. Hey guys, I'm gonna end this. Go to Georgie and Coop's stream. I'm gonna do a redirect right now. And it's still not showing it. Here, hold on. Let me refresh. And that way we can. There we go. I see it now. Okay. I'm gonna send you guys to Coops. All right. I'm gonna wrap this up. Right, Cass? It's so stupid. Oh. All right. Thank you guys. Thank you for being here. And as always, thank you for being worth serving.